welcome to Family We've Got Your Back. This week is fall break, and notice I didn't say spring break like I have been all weekend.
All weekend. Whatever.
Anyway, and Trent has been having lessons in one of his classes about systems, and he's like, hey...
Really, I'm really 1 week into this class, and it's like, holy smokes, there's so many parallels. So many.
So family systems are a system. Families are a system. And so he did our podcast this week. So take it away, Trent.
Well, I'm kidding.
Really?
So definition of a system is simply any group of interacting, interrelated, or interdependent parts that form a complex and unified whole that has a specific purpose. So
that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's quite a mouthful. Really, to make this a lot easier to understand is a car is a great example of a system because you have so many little parts that all operate in unison to create the driving. And if any piece of that car doesn't work, then it's going to have an impact either on your comfort or the drivability or whatever.
Or that it even turns on.
Mm-hmm. So every piece of technology that we have nowadays is a system. You can't. I mean, you take.
Computer
you
systems.
take a computer into it, they're gonna have to do an itemized thing. Let's check this, let's check that, let's check this, right?
Yeah.
And there's some systems that are pretty easy to navigate, and there's going to be more complicated ones. Right. We would probably argue that the family system is one of the most complicated systems that you can have, depending on the components of it.
Well, because you can't control people.
Right, yeah.
You don't get to choose what other people do. You choose what you do. And so you cannot force someone to function properly in their role in the family to have the system function properly, right?
Right.
So they're really, really difficult
and
to manage.
Yeah, one other thing I was going to say too is that within a school system, it's kind of tragic that, but as I'm looking at my school situation as a system, I've been without air conditioning for probably, for the whole school season so far.
Well, not just the school season, but like every year.
Well, no, it's an older school, and so it's a very picky system, right?
You can't get parts for it.
And you can't get parts for that kind of a system anymore. And so they try to do what they can for the comfort of my classroom, but it is noticeable how the air conditioning alone impacts student learning.
They're like sitting there sweating.
Because in the morning it's fine. In the morning it's fine. But you get to even like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and all of a sudden the heat is starting to build in there, and I have fans that are actually pulling air from the hallway because it's cooler in the hallway than it is in my classroom.
Well, yeah, because
it's like
you've got that south-facing wall.
Yeah, I've got a south-facing right, and it's just radiating into my room.
Heats up, and it just
so. And
with a broken air conditioner, it's just miserable.
And so I think teachers, I don't know if this is on the whole, but we think that the system should be there for us. It's like we're the ones that are delivering the instruction. But it is a system, and it's unfortunate that there's going to be times when we have a less than ideal situation, and we have to just be able to navigate it.
Yeah, how you
make the best. You make the best out of what you've been given.
Right.
Understanding that this system is going to have some weaknesses, most of the time.
Most systems have some part that.
Yeah.
Like I watched Ford versus Ferrari, and what was the weak part of their thing during the race? The brakes.
Oh.
And so they just.
It's a pretty fundamental system.
So they just took them out. and put in new ones. And the rule guy was like, hey, you can't do that. He's like, brakes are a part, correct? And you can switch out any part you need to, right? And they're like, well.
There you go.
Yeah. And they're like, they didn't really know if it was against the rules or not because the rules were in French and they didn't speak French. So anyway, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the weak part of the system, you've got to figure out how to manage that in a way that benefits this and so that the system functions.
Yeah.
Right. And so that applies to families.
Yeah,
as well.
very much so.
So the part of the definitions that we wanted to talk about were the first, there was a purpose.
There's a purpose.
The system, in order to be a system and to have it function, it needs a purpose. And we were talking earlier that a lot of people get married.
Yeah.
And
because they are in love.
Because they're in love.
They love each other.
There's
and that's good.
Greater purpose
Right.
for their relationship other than we want to be together because we love each other. And as fabulous as that is, that cannot be the only component to your relationship, because with as easily as people fall out of love, as easily as they fall in love, right? It's like, oh, it's not my choice. I can't do anything about it. I don't love you anymore. I guess we're done.
I guess we're done. Our system has reached its... We've achieved our system's goal.
Yes.
Therefore, what the heck is next?
We're done.
Yeah.
Dissolve the system and go on to something else, right? Next adventure, right? And so
Or find a new system.
Yeah, hold on to a different. Yeah, it's like this one is broken. We're gonna do this one and try something new because we're broken.
Yeah.
It's like
this system is old.
Yeah, or whatever. Like we're not like
no.
trying to put down people. We're just saying that attitude could possibly be why people are not staying married, is because they don't have a purpose in their relationship other than we love each other at the moment. Right.
And what's going to be even more complicated is maybe there's a system that is not communicated. Like maybe one person does want to have kids, and the other one hasn't communicated that desire
before you get married.
And so then their system alignment is going to be off.
And they don't have the skills necessary to make adjustments, right?
Right.
Or it could be that they both decide they want children and then they find out they can't have children. And somebody changes their mind. Right? So, yeah.
So, yeah, you have to have a deep reason
For us, it's deep. We have many, many purposes for our relationship, but the main one was because we wanted a family.
Right.
We wanted children. We wanted to raise children and give them a positive, wonderful home. And the best way to do that is to have a stable marriage.
Right.
And so then you have a stable place for the children to be. Well, yeah, you have goals and sometimes you reach them.
but the beauty of this goal though is that this goal never ends. It's like even as our kids get older and as they grow up, they're going to have, in theory, they're going to have their own families, and then our purpose is still there.
There's another cog in our system,
right? And we just
it's not a totally separate system because they are still our children, they're still our family, and so we just add another cog to the system, and so that again takes management and adjustment and figuring and planning,
right,
and adaptability, right?
So that's the first characteristic of a system, is that purpose, right?
And the next one. Go ahead.
Yeah, all parts are present and functionally properly to carry out the purpose optimally. The word optimally is kind of the big crux here.
Yeah, it's like, so you do your chore and you do your chore and I do mine, and everybody's doing their chore, and the house functions properly,
right? Optimally. Yeah, it's optimal.
Optimized functionality. Well, yesterday we had a frisbee game. And guess what? The dishes didn't get done. So guess who had to do them in the morning? The boys. Because guess what? I didn't do their chore for them because it's their responsibility.
Right.
And if I just do their chore when they don't want to, how are they ever going to learn to do their chore?
Right.
So they had to do it this morning because there's accountability for that upset.
And so once again, there's
to make the system function.
And so any good system is going to have defaults in place so that when the optimal situation doesn't occur, that it's workable still.
Right.
You can still achieve your ultimate goals. You just have to be flexible a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, and then order of parts arranged affects the performance. So like you have to have things in the right order. You can't put the brakes next to the starter, right? Like in a car, you have to have it hooked up to the proper thing. You have to have it hooked up to the whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I know nothing
well,
about
and
cars.
each car system seems to be a little different. Like we had,
Right.
But anyway.
So we're not talking about cars.
No, we're not.
So the point is that it matters.
You can't give the 3-year-old the duty to do the dishes, is the idea.
Well, you could in Laura Ingalls Wilder's day.
We're not in Laura Ingalls Wilder day.
I'm saying people are people, and you could,
Yeah.
but most people are like 3-year-olds aren't responsible enough. You can put away the silverware,
Right.
right? You can help me wash the toilet, and then I clean up after you. You know, that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, there's things
Like
that
you
can
put
do.
away your toys. You don't have the 3-year-old meal plan.
But we hear those, yeah. Well, when we do hear about those stories of having the teenagers or even 12 are the primary, because the parents might be in a situation where they have to work, and so
the kids
and so
cook.
both parents are working, and how likely is it going to be that you can get a nutritional meal if a teenager is doing the cooking? It's possible.
Well, it is possible if responsible adult meal plans and
Right.
they coordinate the meal plans
Right,
and
there's-
involve the teenager in the meal planning so they learn to
Mm-hmm.
create healthy meals, right? And how can a 12-year-old go to the grocery store and shop
Right.
unless they're within walking distance or bus distance if you live near a bus, right?
Right.
So, yes, families can
They can adapt,
and figure it
yeah.
out as their situation needs to, but
but it's not ideal in those
it's-
situations, right?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's ideal or
Right.
not, but it's how can our system function optimally, not how our system functions optimally, and so therefore you have to do it the same way, right? Right. Getting stuck in that mentality often hurts the system.
Yep.
But being creative and figuring it out for your system to function optimally
Right.
is the... I want to stop using the word system. I want to say family, but we're trying to
It's
drive
very
home the
catchy.
point that a family is a system where all parts need to work together for it to function optimally, right? And so, yeah.
The last characteristic is
Attempt to maintain stability through feedback. So, ask your kids, how's this working for you? How's the chore chart working for you? How's the bedtime working for you? And you don't... Oh, hello.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Sorry.
no, it often, like, I'm not saying that you should cater to their every whim. Like,
No.
oh, I'm not a fan of chores. Okay, then you don't have to do them. No,
Yeah.
that's not what we're
No.
saying. We're saying, are you able to do them? Are you,
well,
physically capable of doing that chore?
Well, and we talk about in many of our circles we talk about counseling with each other and family
Yes.
councils and stuff like that,
Right.
where everybody has a say, but ultimately they
have a voice,
have
but
a
they don't.
yeah, they have a voice. That's the better word.
And the deciding vote, I guess you could say, the everybody states their opinion, and then the decision is made by the parents, right, or parent or guardian,
And so,
or whatever. It
but
is
that's
in your
the feedback
situation,
that your family needs, right? Your family needs to know, like if you're going to have a teenager that's going to be off doing lots of school things or lots of extracurriculars or whatever, well then either you need to have a communication about how can we take care of this person's responsibilities or their contributing efforts to the family's situation if they're never home, right?
Right.
And so there needs to be a balance there somehow.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, there
know?
has to be some way to figure it out so that, they're not just because they're busy being served and they don't do anything to
Right.
contribute to the system.
Right.
Or, but the fact that everybody has a voice, that everybody should feel safe to be heard, that they should, not that
They're
they have
valued.
a say
Right.
in
They're
the
at least
final decision, but that they have input, and then the people in charge of making the decisions will value that input.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody needs to feel like they're a valuable member of the system. Right?
Yep.
Because if they don't feel that way, they won't want to be a part of it, and that's
and if you don't receive feedback and it's just your way or the highway for everything, then how is that family going to feel? How are those kids
they're going to pull away?
They're going to pull away, and your ultimate purpose of creating a united effort is going to be sacrificed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, so you can't really see that.
Oh, that is.
Closer. Nope.
Maybe it's better than you think. I don't know.
Oh, there's nothing. Okay.
Anyway,
so there's a graphic.
There's a graphic
it's not just
here.
A white square. It's a triangle, a pyramid triangle idea.
Yeah.
It's a hierarchy. At the bottom are systemic structures. So that would be
the things your family does, right? And so
structures,
the
or
things.
would it be like people?
Well, I think the system, the structure that we talked about chores. That's a systemic structure,
right? But as a family, as a whole, see, obviously, we didn't talk about this graphic, so I don't really understand.
Well, so what I think what I'm alluding to in this case is that there's lots of things that we do that kind of communicates our base needs, right? And so I kind of compare this to Maslow's a little bit in that way.
Yeah.
And so at a systems hierarchy, you're going to have lots of little things that you do that your family values, that are part of what the Christensen family does, right? And then those things that you're doing regularly create a pattern, and that's the next level, right? Mm-hmm. So we have lots of little things that we do that create patterns that we can engage in that make our lives a little bit not predictable, but more predictable.
Well,
and that kind of, and those are the things that it basically is the family values, right? Okay. And then those family values
things that you do dictate your values.
And then those things contribute toward your family events or your relationship
events. For example, we value family, and his extended family values family, and my extended family values family, and so we have parties,
right, or
get-togethers or events.
And so
both of us, each side, is having a Halloween party. Mine's tomorrow, and his is the next Saturday. Mm-hmm. And so, like the event is because our value is closeness and getting to know each other and getting together so that we can have time and memories are created. Right.
Right. And so when these events happen, like all of the systems that we have in place, all the little things, they might need to be shifted a little bit to make time for those events, right? So whatever we're doing with our days, those patterns, that's not really a good way to pitch that either. But
yeah, I don't know where you're going.
But ultimately, those core values are what's impacting our life events, and so I don't know how I can say it other than that.
Well, there you go. So our assignment for this week. I really don't
moving
understand
on.
Either. Move on. I don't understand. We'll talk about that later, and if there's clarification, we'll let you know. But think about it as like a if-then type of thing, right?
Yeah, I'll do some more reading on that one. If we need to clarify, we'll clarify.
You need to get past the first chapter in the class before we start talking about it.
It makes sense in my mind.
Okay. Oh my word. Okay, so your assignment for this week is consider your family and your relationship systems and improve them. Okay, that's what we talk about every week, right? Is what can you do to improve your relationship?
But by recognizing it as a system,
as an interaction.
Yeah, it's like there's things you can do to say, okay,
it's like this cog is broken.
Yeah, let's do something about that.
Let's fix this, right? So find a broken cog in your system and see what you can do to repair it.
Or maybe upgrade it.
Ooh.
I
had to upgrade my phone, and I was not pleased. Because then your phone doesn't work the same, and you're like, how do I work my phone?
It's a new system.
It is.
Anyway, have a good week, all.
Okay. Enjoy your fall break if you're having one. Bye-bye.
Bye.